Hey guys, what's going on? Wayne Grayson here from Iron Pros TV. Welcome to Menominee Falls and to the Wacker Neuson facility. I'm here with the amazing John Dotto, and we're here to talk today a little bit about this excavator lineup that Wacker Neuson has kind of laid out for us here. John, how you doing, man?
Very good.
Good,
Thank you,
good. Well, hey, thanks for having us, and let's get into talking about some excavators. The first question I wanted to ask you is just kind of around the current state of the excavator lineup, and what are some of the motivations that, or some of the needs that you guys are trying to fill specifically with your current machines, but on machines that you're developing right now?
Sure. So we've got an excavator lineup that isn't completely represented here, but we go all the way down to the under 1 ton size class. We go all the way up to the 14.5 ton size class. In the last few years, some technology has developed that have made the mini excavator really user-friendly, a lot more technology in the cab, a lot more focus on operator comfort. So that's kind of what you see with the lineup today, is that operator-focused design. In the future, you're gonna see a little bit of electrification from us. We already have that coming out of our European production facility for the European market, but that will be coming to North America. But yeah, if you wanna take a look at maybe some of the more user-friendly features that are on the lineup and talk about, you know, what today looks like. Let's take a walk maybe down to some of the more modern machines, away from our 2.5 ton excavator. We got our 3.6 ton, the 4.2. Those are both going to be built in Menominee Falls in the future. And then you've got our 5 ton zero tail, 6.5 ton that sits on a slightly older platform. And then I would say what is crown jewel of our mini excavator lineup as of today, ET58.
And this is a 5.8 ton machine, right?
Yeah, 5.8 ton machine. It sits on a family of excavators that includes the ET42, the EZ50, and then this ET58. And the family of excavators is mostly the same from upper carriage up. There are some differences with the arms and the undercarriages that get us from that 4 ton machine all the way up to the 5.8 ton on the same platform. So
do you guys consider that 6 ton kind of the sweet spot for the lineup?
You know, really for the lineup, I think the 4.2 ton is the sweet spot. But what happened in 2017 was the 3.5 ton market really changed. So with the implementation of Tier 4 final after treatment systems, there were machines that were 3.5 tons that were running at 40 horsepower, 45 horsepower. We have some legacy models that fit that bill. And what happened was it just became impossible for manufacturers to take a small footprint and get a machine that had the after treatment system that was then necessary for Tier 4 final and make it economically viable.
Yeah.
So we all kind of took a fresh look at the platform and said, there's still a market for small footprint and high horsepower, and that's where the 4 ton market kind of comes from. And that's our 4.2, our ET42 is the representation of that.
This being kind of like the crown jewel of the excavator lineup, what are some of the things, some of the specific features that you guys are putting on these machines, maybe standard and maybe even optional if you want to get into that you guys are particularly proud of?
Yep, so we decided to take a strategy of the hydraulic quick coupler as standard. So almost everybody else, I will say almost because there's one manufacturer who does it, but almost everybody else is going to have that be an option. We wanted to install it at the factory. We wanted to make sure that was just always there for you. And we wanted to use a system that didn't require you to get out and put any sort of mechanical pin in either. So the system we chose to go with is fully from the cab. So standard hydraulic quick coupler. We wanted to make sure that the lighting packages were really good and modern too. Yeah. So huge LED chassis lighting package and work lighting package on this thing. And then there's a couple of nifty little things on it. So the active machine warning system, which is a red LED light that warns the job site that the machine is active.
Yeah.
That's on this excavator as well.
The whole lineup has swing booms though, right?
Yes, everything's a swivel boom, including the 14 tonner that's behind us too. So yeah, the ET145 is a 14.5 ton swivel boom excavator. So there's only 2 on the market, Wacker Neuson and 1 other.
The diverter valve coming standard too is a nice touch for a lot of guys, especially as you kind of move up the range into the 6 ton and higher machines.
Yeah, so and mini excavators in general, you know, we're always talking about skid steer loaders and attachments and the utility loaders and attachments, but really the world of attachments for mini excavators is growing cooling, being able to change with the hydraulic quick coupler, but then also keep your thumb plumbed and on, and then just divert flow to your hydraulic attachment is another nice convenience for operators.
In terms of operator comfort, you mentioned that at the top. What are we looking at here? How are you guys trying to cater to that new kind of priority?
One thing is the AC system has to work really, really well. So our AC condenser here is completely separate from the cooling package. So
cool.
We want to make sure that we have a super efficient AC package, which blows really well. So I would put this on par with performance with our high horsepower skid steer loaders in terms of cooling performance. And then from an operator comfort standpoint, also in terms of like environment and cool air, ventilation. So windows that open from the front and the rear, a 4-position window system. You also always have to have nice seats, ergonomic grips, good foot room. We've got some foot pedals that are built into the floor of the cab on the right-hand side that work the swivel boom, but we also put a rubber molded foot mount into the floorboard. Just from an ergonomic perspective, I want both my feet to be sitting at the same comfortable angle. So lots of thought into design there.
Yeah, that's actually something that's happening in a lot of automobiles these days too, trying to give you that ergonomic kind of support.
Yeah, for sure. And to think about if I'm working downhill, if my machine's pointed downhill, my natural motion is to kind of brace myself against that, and we give that to you in the cab.
John, I know one of the big kind of design priorities for you guys with these machines is visibility, and there's really a few features on these new machines that really lean into that. Tell us about that.
Thanks for asking about visibility,
because
it is super important to the operator. And you can see it from right here where we're standing. Something that we designed in was this lower glass. So from where the operator sits, you've got this lower glass, the design of the hood, because really what's very important from a visibility standpoint on a mini excavator is my right front track. So where am I in space? The operator needs to be able to see from the seat there to that right front track. So that's something that we designed in. And actually, quick little story for you. We took a group of operators over to Linz, Austria, which is where the production facility for this, and they showed us a version of the machine that didn't have the lower glass, had a slightly different design. And so from a North American perspective, we spoke with the engineering group and we made a design change that ends up in production. So visibility important to the contractor, North America or elsewhere, but also it's a great story of how our engineering group over in Europe listened to the market here. We bring customers to that facility, and then the results are a machine that provides that for the North American customer.
Absolutely. And then also the split window, how does that figure into just kind of like versatility around visibility?
Yeah, so a split window here, so you can open up from the front or rear. So it's nice to get cross ventilation. That combined with the 4-position window at the front really does give you great ability to adjust your airflow.
And you guys have also done a bunch of work here on the routing, right?
Pointing to visibility is just the way that it's routed through the swivel knuckle here is very clean. We've got bracketed hoses here that are also color-coded in case you did need to make a repair. But yes, a lot goes into the routing and the cleanliness of the hose routing so that when I'm looking down here, I don't see a mess of hoses, I see my work site.
Is there anything else, as we kind of finish up here, John, in terms of the excavator lineup, is there anything else that you feel like folks should know about the Wacker Neuson excavator lineup?
I think you should definitely take a look at Wacker Neuson excavators. Our performance, when we do field testing, we are in the mix. I don't want to say, we're number one, even if we were, because I've got nothing to really support that on paper. But what we do is through field trials, we know we're as good as anybody else out there. We know that our fit and finish is better than most. The brand name may not be super recognizable, but talk to one of our dealers. If they've had a Wacker Neuson excavator in their rental fleet for 8 years, guess what? That thing's still nice and tight when we're talking about pins and bushings. It's something you just have to try it and get to know the brand yourself. So find a dealer on wackerneuson.com, go to that dealer locator and try one out.
Awesome. Guys, check out Wacker Neuson Excavators on ironpros.com as well, where you can compare specs. You can watch videos like this one from Iron Pros TV and figure out how to research your machine the smart way. Thanks for watching today. Thank you to John. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks,
Always
man.
good to see you, pal.
For sure.
Thanks.